We're going to talk a lot about Pete Hegseth today. And I just want to make clear, we think this is a super interesting story. It's not as important as child nutrition. It's not as important as U.S. competition with China. But it is a topic that's interesting to insiders and does illuminate a lot about how Washington works. And part of why Dan and Sean are here is because they're professors to explain to you how Washington works. So some of you may feel this is excessive day after day talking about one nominee, but there's a lot to say. And moments ago, contrary to what's been happening earlier, Donald Trump actually deigned to publicly weigh in on behalf of his embattled, always love that word, nominee for defense secretary. Please put up the truth social posting. Sometimes people like to call them truth, but that seems to be an issue. Put up the truth, please, about from Donald Trump about Pete Hegseth. Okay, while we wait for that to come up, here we go. All right. So moments ago, hot off the presses, electronically submitted for your approval. Guys, we have it or we don't have it? All right, here we go. Pete Hegseth is doing very well. His support is strong and deep, much more so than the fake news would have you believe. He was a great student, Princeton, Harvard educated. Donald Trump, like Joe Biden, obsessed with the Ivy League. With a military state of mind, not so obsessed that he doesn't know not to capitalize military. He will be a fantastic, high-energy Secretary of Defense, probably a typo, one who leads with charisma and skill. Pete is a winner, all cap, perfectly acceptable for emphasis, and there is nothing that can be done to change that. As someone, a Republican who texted me about this Truth Social posting said, something can be done to change that. 4 Republican senators can vote no. Now, shortly after that, that Truth Social posting was tweeted, an image of it was tweeted cross-platform by the vice president-elect, J.D. Vance. Let's look at that. These two supportive moves on the part of the ticket-elect led by President Trump, we're fighting for Pete Hegseth, period. And we're doing so because Pete Hegseth will fight for our troops. For too long, the Pentagon has been led by people who lose wars. Pete Hegseth is a man who fought in those wars. We've got his back. All capitalization and punctuation and word usage, perfection. Thank you, J.D. Vance, for setting an example for America's children. I this morning posted 2 things both in my newsletter and on Twitter, also known as X. You can put us back up. Thank you. That suggests a lot of reasons why people are now saying in my world that Hegseth has a chance to be confirmed, unlike what I reported yesterday when I basically said he was dead. And all those things are true. All those things are true. Let's look at some of them. Katie Britt met with Hegseth yesterday. Here is about as supportive of a tweet as Pete Hegseth could expect from any senator. Beautiful pictures and long explanation about why he's so great. And then she concludes by saying, based on our meeting and his answers, he has my support. Female senator, popular with her colleagues, incredible. Okay. However, since I published what I published, I will offer the following things that I've learned this morning, because this is the way reporting works. Why did I get so much reporting yesterday and last night into the night about how well things are going? You can take the tweet down because people who support Hegseth heard what I was saying, read what I was reporting, and they wanted me to hear some of the alternative point of view, that things are better. And they weren't making things up. They're true. He's gotten to the point now where he's convinced, it appears, he's convinced folks, let me have a hearing. And if he can say no one's going to come out against him until there's a hearing, he buys himself a month. He can build more support. As Sean and Dan and I all talked about yesterday, there's some dynamics going on now that are very positive for him, which is to say not a single Republican senator has come out against him. And MAGA is fired up for him. DeSantis being floated actually may be a positive for him because a lot of MAGA doesn't like DeSantis. And as Sean sagely pointed out, he's turned this into a question of, are you for or against MAGA? Or are you for or against reforming the Pentagon? Not about Pete Hegseth's past, but the future of the Pentagon. Brilliant. He's also done 2 things which seem contradictory. He said, none of these accusations are true, and I'm a reformed man. I've been saved. Things are going well in some respects. Now,